Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to be reacting to Emma Chamberlain's podcast, Getting Dragged. Getting Dragged. I looked in the comments, I always let it go down, and people was talking about that she's not relatable anymore. A lot of people was talking about that she don't need an college education, but she do this. So I'm guessing some people was talking about that if she's going to talk about certain things, get an education first before you drag it. I got a feeling that's where we're going with this. And I got a feeling this is also going to be a very problematic reaction, because y'all know I got something to say, especially about education. I'm getting my degree next semester, and I'm actually thankful for it, even though, as much as I say I hate it, the much as I want to like trip the dean, the much as I want to like hurt him, like I say I want to drop every semester, but I wasn't gonna actually drop. I'm actually really thankful for my education. Okay, I have an associate's in science and associate's in biology, about to have a bachelor's in anthropology. Then I'm planning on taking a break and then going to grad school to get a master's and PhD in anthropology. Seriously, it's been thankful, even though it's a lot of money. Now, I do know, let me hurry up and check so I can see. Pretty sure that her education, let me just see. Did she drop out of high school? I think I heard. Am I crazy? Education. I just gotta see before I see what I'm getting into. She went to high school. I think she dropped out and then got her GED. She left her junior year. I think it's so, this should be like a psychology thing, y'all. What makes people want to drop out of high school? How would you let your child drop out of high school? I wouldn't let my child drop out of high school. And I'm not saying that, school is where everybody, but high school is, because, getting an education. But like, back then people didn't have an education. So I think it's like, having it is like it's necessary, because for everything we do today you need at least the basics. High school is the basics. So but things happen, and I don't put anybody down for that, but like now I'm curious about it. So she passed and graduated with the high school exit exam, so we're not mad about that. So I'm actually curious about what this is going to be like. Was she relatable? I didn't watch anything she did on YouTube or anything. She just seemed like a really chill person. I did try her coffee. Go check that out. But I'm like, well, you can check it out or check it out after this. Which one to upload first? But yeah, she seemed like a normal person. So we gonna see. I'm kind of curious about what everybody's talking about. And I didn't know that she had a podcast. Well, did I? She was talking about it with the coffee. I'm slow, y'all. Let's get into this reaction. Okay, before I start this video, I would like to also say we need to stop shaming people that don't go to college. It's not like everybody needs a college degree to do stuff. But I guess they're talking about certain things she do say that it don't make sense. Let's get into this reaction because I'm actually curious.
Chamberlain is one of the few influencers who've managed to achieve a level of notoriety that allowed her to break free of being an influencer and become more like a celebrity. She's been branching out and taking on a lot more opportunities that aren't usually given to any influencer. She's been a brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton, Lancome, she hosted interviews at the Met Gala year after year, and even landed a major deal with Spotify for her podcast Anything Goes. Since signing her deal with Spotify, Emma has been faced with more scrutiny than ever before. Since her podcast is now mainly video, a lot of clips get reposted over on TikTok, and that's caused a lot of people to analyze the things that she says, and they have strong opinions. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
What is this girl talking about?
Emma has made vlogs on her YouTube channel showing her day-to-day life, and no matter how big she got, her vlogs were something that always stayed consistent with her. Even though Emma is probably one of the best examples of an influencer who managed to break into the celebrity space successfully, she always stayed true to herself and was someone her audience could relate to. She was open about her anxiety, mental health, and despite being an influencer and having the ability to live a very unrelatable life, she always seemed to present herself as the same person that everyone knew and loved. An article I found talking about this references how Emma made people feel like living a quote-unquote boring life is okay, writing, Emma takes the viewer through her daily routines, making her morning iced coffee, meditating, making an omelet for breakfast, errands, car talks, and inserts clips of her.
I was about to say, is that okay? It's just like anybody, I'm guessing it's just like anybody that get inspired, or it's interesting that people say they get inspired by like a boring lifestyle. I don't think it's that serious, but it's probably like, oh, they're just related. Well, I guess that's why they say she's relatable. She has a relaxing lifestyle that they say boring. I wouldn't call it boring. It sounds like it's just relaxing. This is what we do now. Cause I don't get inspired. Well, I get inspired by van lifers. I'll be like, I wish. I can't wait. I was like, it look like just to travel. That's why I get inspired. But I'm like guessing people who don't like to go out the house, people who like to be calm and like to relax all day, they don't have to feel ashamed about it. Maybe that's it. They don't have to feel ashamed.
Of her talking to the camera like if it were a friend. Commenters have voiced how they feel comforted by Emma's videos because she does not try to hide the normal parts of her life. Emma's way of capturing mundane moments like making breakfast, grocery shopping, and driving
That's also a normal day.
The day with her. No judgments or pressure of making everything better.
That makes sense.
But over time, it seemed like Emma started to get burnt out on her normal format, and in December of 2021, she decided to take a step back. She took 6 months off of YouTube and said she wanted to start being intentional with what she was posting. She was only posting when she had something substantial to post, like doing and traveling through Europe. During this time, Emma also started to get a ton of new opportunities outside the ones usually given to an influencer. She was doing more things that had to do with fashion. She was on the cover of huge magazines, doing the Met Gala, and so much more. Despite her fans being upset with the lack of content, I think most of them were happy that she was doing something that finally seemed to fulfill her. Usually when an influencer becomes more like a celebrity, they tend to abandon the platform that got them the following in the first place, and eventually their fans lose interest and move on. But Emma was smart with this. She continued doing her weekly podcast, Anything Goes, and that was enough to keep her connected with her viewers.
Well, what
in November of last year, Emma signed a major deal with Spotify for her podcast. She was now posting multiple episodes a week, and she was going back to her vlogging roots by adding video to her podcast. As great as it's been for her audience to see Emma more and feel connected to her, there's also been a downside to the Spotify deal. Clips and sound bites from her podcast were being posted to TikTok, and that opened Emma up to a whole new audience of people.
When I woke up this morning, I decided I'm not going to think very hard today. I just knew. I opened my eyes and said, today's going to be a simple day. It just is. And I'll tell you, I've had a great day.
Over the past few months, there's been an influx of people.
Was that like part of the clip? Was that what she was talking about? It don't sound like, it's just, I don't know what she was talking about in that video. But it sounds like, maybe it's just a simple day. What, I don't know. I can't.
Videos talking about Emma's podcast and saying that she sounds very out of touch, and that's what made them stop listening.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who stopped listening to Emma Chamberlain's podcasts. Like, a lot of her messaging was basically saying
nothing.
You don't need to go to college to succeed in life. And yes, that worked out for her in her situation. But being someone who's 25 and who has gone to college, I'm like, girl. Like, in one of her episodes, she was interviewing the founder of Bodhi, which is like a men's luxury brand. And she was basically like, do you think college limited your creativity? And the founder was like, no. Like, it helped me learn a lot.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is college, yes, is not needed to be successful, but learning is so important.
And this opened up a whole new conversation about Emma needing to go to college. A lot of viewers who've grown up watching Emma are mostly either in university or working, and they feel like they've grown up, but Emma's content and thoughts have stayed the same. They feel like Emma is stuck in a bubble and think she would benefit from having someone to bounce her ideas off of and would be challenged in an environment like university.
I genuinely don't say this to be rude, but Emma Chamberlain's podcast genuinely is just a girl that needs to go to college. I'm not saying that in the way that means, oh, she's dumb, she needs to go to college. She's just clearly a girl that needs to riff ideas with people. And sometimes they need a little feedback, right? Like, I think sometimes she gets a little in her echo chamber. I also think she could benefit a lot from being guided in her studies, literary, philosophical. I also think it would give her a lot of stuff to talk about because she wouldn't be just thinking of content ideas on her own. She would instead be guided by a syllabus or just get ideas from being out in academic spaces, which is clearly the direction that she wants to take her podcast. Like, she's wanting to take it in this more philosophical, psychological,
But she don't know how to
honestly,
say it. Okay. Let's stop right here and talk. I get what that. I get exactly what she was saying. I would love to. You know what? I should think about that. I would love to have a podcast and talk about my college life. Y'all, I've been in school since 2017. Now, every time I say this, I gotta make sure. Disclaimer: I got my associates on campus. That was on campus life ever since I've been in school. Got my associates on campus. Transferred to a 4-year. Whole new thing. Also learned a lot. I took biology classes, microbiology, chemistry, anthropology, physics. I took psychology, philosophy. I love philosophy. I took art classes, learned about art history. I learned about so much. I have so much knowledge up in here, y'all, that I think I'm gonna do some videos on that on my YouTube. I'm gonna put that on there. I wanted to do it. So these reactions, I wanted to do reactions because it's fun, but at the same time, my lifestyle I still want to do my lifestyle, and I still want to put a lot of this knowledge on YouTube to give people some tips who going to college or who in school and don't know what to do, or changing your major. I did a video I think a while ago, a long time ago when I first started. Still new to it, but how to get your meal plan canceled. It's just so much I have that I want to give people, so I'm gonna work back on that. But I don't like hearing people. This is gonna sound so far-fetched, y'all, so don't hate me. I'm not a fan of people who act like just because they made it to the top without an education that they want to shit on people who do have an education. A college degree is what I'm saying. And that was my foot, y'all. College degree is what I'm saying. You don't need to go to college. It's not necessary. But I wouldn't say that you shouldn't. I'm it do sound like she need to. I wouldn't say she need to benefit from it. How they're putting it, that she need to go to college to experience more. Y'all, school. You focus on getting an education, but you're also focused. You're seeing a lot of stuff that happens. College really do wake you up. All these school shootings and all the stuff with the war. All this stuff literally woke me up in college, and I was what am I doing with my life? And it's it really did wake me up. But I wouldn't say she had to she needs a college education to benefit from it. But maybe she should just research some stuff. How about that? She need to branch out and go read some books. I don't know if she reads, but maybe she did to read some philosophy books. If you want a book, I can if anybody want a really good book that'll make you think, I'm gonna read this tonight because I've read this book so many times. It's called Sophie's World. Let me make sure that's it. Not Sophie's Choice, Sophie's World. That is the most philosophical book you will read. I'm not joking, y'all. Hold on. Yep, Sophie's World by Justine Gardner. That book is amazing. I read it up in my class when I took a class about what is literally it was what is the point of life. I love classes like that. And when we read that, we read Sophie's World. I read this 500, 600 pages. I read that book in 2 days. I was obsessed, and ever since then I was just oh my God, what is this? It really do make you look at life differently. So that is really a good book. I definitely recommend it, y'all. I swear you will be changed. It just makes you it opens your eyes, not in a bad way. It just makes you look at your life differently. You be oh, what is the point of this? You look at your parents differently. Why didn't you think about stuff like this? I love philosophy, y'all. I swear to God, I should have majored in philosophy. I just did it because I don't know what I would have done. I feel I would just go to be an author or a professor. I just wouldn't know what I would do with it. But that it would be another choice. I love philosophy, so I definitely recommend that. So yeah, I think she should just read some books and research some stuff and really branch out. If you have a simple day every day, isn't that kind of boring? If you're not educating yourself, you can still educate yourself without going to college. Y'all do know that, right? Go read and go take some classes or something. They got free courses online. You can learn about everything. I actually still teaching myself Egyptology. I've been learning Egyptology on course. I forgot what the thing is, what the free courses are. But yeah, it's you can learn about so much stuff. So maybe she should just branch out. That's what it is. She needs to she could do it herself. You don't necessarily have to go to college for that, but she just needs to read some books.
I don't really love this take. I feel like, yes, university is great and you should never stop learning, but you don't have to go to university to have the ability to think on a deeper level. I'm sure Emma is still learning every day and having new experiences from living the life that she has. Maybe not the same type of experiences a college kid is getting, but that doesn't mean she stopped learning. Ever since this take on Emma...
Also, real quick, a lot of people in, like, the celebrity world, they also need to branch out. They don't be talking about nothing. Y'all see reality TV. These people don't have nothing to talk about. And most of them went to college, you know? I think that's just what reality TV does. I'm not saying she's a reality TV star. She's not. But, like, she is in the limelight. And she do, like, a lot of stuff. So I'm like, what can you really learn out there up in, like, that world? There's nothing. There's, like, how to be a business part. It's literally business. Entrepreneur. Yeah, she should branch out. A lot of these celebrities should just branch out and, you know, go take some classes and inspire your fans to do the same.
Emma needing to attend college kind of started to gain traction. A lot more people have been sharing a different take and think Emma doesn't need to go to college to appease the people who did.
Yeah,
it's the people who did and feel like the content isn't relatable to them anymore who should find someone new to watch.
Hearing take after take about how Emma Chamberlain's podcast is not profound, is not deep thinking, she's having thoughts that you had when you were 10 years old. And a lot of people say things that are along the lines that Emma Chamberlain needs to go to college to learn how to think, to have a better podcast, and yada yada yada. My hot take is you guys need to find some other people to follow besides the people you grew up with that got famous when they were 16 years old for being some kind of philosophical thinker online. The issue is not Emma Chamberlain, the issue is that you're growing up and you are not changing the content you are consuming accordingly.
But also, that's true, but also isn't it like, I wouldn't, if it was my podcast, I wouldn't want it to just stay the same. You would want to branch out so you can get new people and then also inspire the people who watch you to also, you know, be prepared to, like, listen to new stuff, if that makes sense. It sounds like she don't talk about nothing. I might have to listen to one and see, but I don't want my head to hurt from not, like, listening to anything. But at the same time, that's just my critique, and I don't know what she talk about. I'm not really a fan of her. I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. I don't watch her stuff, so I can't say I'm a fan. But, like, maybe it's just that her diehard people want her to branch out. And if it's been like this simple life for like some years, and like I said, like they said, she's really young. She's still young. How old is she? It's like if it's been like that for the longest, it's like it's time to at least do something different, talk about something else. I really want to see how, what's her age? She's only 22. That girl's, she is only 22. Yeah, she is young. That girl got so much. She need to go research because she got a lot of, like, she's so young. Seriously, she should have a lot to talk about.
On a much smaller micro level than Emma Chamberlain, but there's a level of intelligence
Same girl.
as a viewer for you to be like, Emma Chamberlain needs to go to college.
Yeah, I don't like that when people are everybody saying she needs to go to college. It's not that serious.
She does not need to go to college if she doesn't want to. She does not need to change her podcast style. In fact,
because college ain't life either. I swear sometimes, y'all. This stuff ain't nothing. Other than the education, the other part of living on campus, getting the lifestyle, living off campus is not fun either. It's not that fun. It's a lot of crime that happens on campus. Did you know that? Seriously, y'all. Like, it's like dark. Campus life is dark, man. Like, it's dark.
Following her passion. This is actually on you guys for critiquing somebody for the content that they have always made. She has always made incredibly surface level content. It's not like she once made super profound content and then stopped. This has been her content. Why are you returning to the same person you started following at 15 years old?
That's true.
For tackling adult life, knowing fully that she experiences a life that is...
Because adult life is not easy. And then the adult life that she's in, you know, she's only 22. And when she got big at 16, she literally went to the top and, you know, thrown into, like, you know, the influencer world, going to Met Gala's Vogue. Like, that's not easy at, like, a young freaking age. So maybe her mind is blank out to all this, because I feel like mine would be too. I'd be like, what is all this? You got people by you 24/7. You're hosting, talking to celebrities at the Met Gala. Like, my mind would go blank too. So, yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing similar to the adult life that you live in the real world. Stop critiquing Emma.
Okay, girl. Okay, girl.
Never able to get into her podcast. It isn't for me, and that's fine. I do think a lot of the thoughts that she shares are probably some thoughts that people in their teens are having, and maybe that's the audience
and she's
that
still
she's
like a teenager,
for.
basically.
It's not like Emma signed a deal with
22,
Spotify
but
and just decided to change her content and no one can relate to her anymore. This has been what her podcast has been for years now.
Really?
And if you can no longer relate to it, it's fine. That's actually normal. We should be growing and finding new content creators to watch.
That's true.
But not everything has to be philosophical and educational content that challenges you.
People like that type of stuff too.
A lot of people who watch Emma just watch it for comfort or mindless entertainment while they're doing other things, and that's what it's always been. Yes, a lot of her takes probably are out of touch with the life of someone who went to college.
Obviously, Spotify liked it.
Yes, she does say things that probably make someone living a more normal life roll their eyes, but this is always what it's been. We also have to remember, Emma is posting multiple episodes a week with this new Spotify deal. Doing a podcast on your own is difficult enough. Having to fill every second of space with talking so viewers don't get bored is hard, and then having to have interesting topics to keep people listening. I feel like she was bound to have some out of touch or unrelatable takes.
Of course, everybody did.
And posting that often. If she took a step back and only did one episode a week, maybe she would have more meaningful stories stored away to fill the gaps. This is just a creator who got famous at a young age and is now having experiences that most of us can't relate to at all.
That's true.
Of course, some of her thoughts are going to be...
And I get it. I get exactly what everybody was saying. Yeah, she don't need to go to college if she don't want to go. And it's not for everybody. Seriously, college is not for everybody. It wasn't for me. I went to college because like I wanted to get an education, and I was like, y'all know what's funny? I went to college because I wanted to be an OBGYN just for the money, and then thankfully I found my passion in anthropology. But it's not for everybody. You waste a lot of money if you don't know what you want to do when you were in college. Actually, a lot of debt goes along with this. But that's just life at this point. Unfortunately, it's not that serious. Her podcast seems very chill. Looking at that one clip, it probably wouldn't be for me. But like there are people that like that type of stuff, and that's what's up. We all have. I just wouldn't listen to it. It's not that serious. I don't think stuff like be that serious to like make a whole podcast, like make a whole TikTok about it that is boring and stuff. It's actually interesting that people do that. But maybe it's because since she's a celebrity, since she's a big influencer, that's what happens. But I don't think it was that serious. It's like to say, well, you know what? Yeah, no, it's not that serious. I would just say my personal opinion. I'm like, she should just, go, well, no. I can't even say that no more. I was going to say, read some books and take some classes, learn some new things. But I'm like, if she don't want to talk about that, she don't really have to talk about that. I don't think it's that serious. But I need to do some videos now talking about college life. Y'all, I'm going to do some more videos talking about college life. Give y'all some tips if y'all are in school and like how to, make your way through school because it's not easy. God, I struggled. I was supposed to graduate last year. They messed me up. It was their fault, not mine. Same as everybody. But like... it's not that serious. It's not that deep. That's her content. You don't like it, get off of it. But, yeah, it probably wouldn't be for me either. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at I'm Tatiana Green. We're still getting to the pop culture because it's going to happen. I did make one video that I still have to edit. I think I'm going to upload this one before or after. We'll see. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.